Each year in the United States, thousands of major crimes go unsolved. When the case has gone cold and police have nowhere to turn, they seek assistance from the public. This is a program dedicated to solving these cases. This is Crime Stoppers Case Files.
Welcome to Crime Stoppers, South Florida Case Files. I'm Dick Maston, the director of Miami-Dade Crime Stoppers. The purpose of this program is to share unsolved cases with as many South Florida viewers as possible, empowering you to do something about the violence on our streets. Every case we feature is unsolved. Every case we feature has a cash reward available. In other words, every case we feature is an opportunity for you to help your community and at the same time earn Crime Stoppers cash without even giving your name. Now let's get started. Officer down. Two words that law enforcement professionals never want to hear. But on August the 10th, 2007, Pompano Beach officers heard those words, and South Florida was rocked by the news that 51-year-old Sergeant Chris Reyka was killed in the line of duty. Here's the story.
1, you need police, fire, medical rescue.
Officer down at power line and Miss Knapp. I'm scared to get out of the car.
Did you see the officers?
No, but the lights are still on in the car, no movement, and whoever it was drove off. I don't know if he's okay. I heard about 5 to 6 shots. Car drove off. I am not getting out of my vehicle. I don't know what happened.
Okay, so you were in your vehicle the whole time?
Okay, there's help here.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sergeant Chris Reyka, aside from his service as a law enforcement officer, which spanned over 18 years of public service, he also served in the United States Marine Corps. He was a local scoutmaster for the Boy Scouts. He was one of those community members that always stepped up to the plate, that was always willing to give a helping hand to someone that needed it.
Yeah, on August 10th, 2007, at about 1:20 a.m., investigation revealed that Sergeant Reyka was on duty and patrol as the midnight sergeant in the area around South Pompano Beach, Florida. He had been out on patrol. Sergeant Reyka pulled into the Walgreens parking lot. Based on his computer in his patrol vehicle, we know he ran a vehicle that was unoccupied inside the parking lot. He then appears to have ran a vehicle with the Florida tag F168UJ, a vehicle tag that belonged on a truck from a business in Oakland Park. We believe at that point, Sergeant Reyka, seeing that that tag was on a white vehicle, not a truck, turned on his overhead lights to his marked patrol vehicle, began to exit his patrol vehicle to investigate why the tag was on that vehicle, when the driver of the white vehicle exited and opened fire on him, ultimately shooting and killing him. The Broward Sheriff's Office 911 Communications Center began to receive phone calls in reference to a shooting that occurred at the Walgreens in Pompano Beach, Florida. Upon deputies' arrivals, they found Sergeant Chris Reyka in the parking lot. He had been the victim of a shooting and had been shot multiple times. Witnesses at the Walgreens saw a white vehicle in the parking lot prior to the shooting and fleeing the parking lot after the shooting. The investigation revealed that the vehicle had been captured on a surveillance camera from the Isle casino video, which was just north of the Walgreens. You're going to see a white vehicle traveling northbound on Powerline Road from the Walgreens. We have determined from reviewing the video that we believe the vehicle is either a Mercury Marquis or a Crown Victoria. We've narrowed down through video enhancement.
We have over 3,000 tips, and what we're trying to do is look at each tip that we get, methodically investigate it to the end.
We get leads from both in-state and we get leads from out-of-state, and we're following up every single one of them.
The tips led to the arrests of 2 persons of interest in Reyka's murder, 35-year-old Timothy Johnson and 29-year-old Gerald Joshua. Both are currently in Broward jails on armed robbery charges. Investigators believe they are tied to more than a dozen pharmacy robberies, including the attempt at Walgreens and the gun used to kill Reyka. It may have been thrown into a canal. Investigators scoured it and found 3 firearms, but not the murder weapon.
Somebody in this community knows what happened to that firearm.
And until that gun or this missing white car are found, investigators say there's not enough evidence to prosecute any person of interest.
I would hope that someone that knows something about it would come forward, because I think it's important that justice be served.
Immediately after the homicide of Sergeant Chris Reyka, the community stepped up to the plate. We had Broward Crime Stoppers, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, U.S. Marshals Service, as well as concerned citizens that stepped up to the plate and offered a reward of up to $267,000 for information leading to those responsible for the homicide of Sergeant Chris Reyka. And I want to clarify something that, Sergeant Chris Reyka's life, no more valuable than any other victim who was killed out in the community. But this particular case was a significant outrage to the community because of what Sergeant Chris Reyka lived for, because of how he served his community. He was a law enforcement officer and he represented government. And he constantly worked and strived towards domestic tranquility. The community has turned around and said, we will not stand for this. So we need that tip. We need your information, not your name, only your information. We need you to give us a call at Crime Stoppers, 954-493-TIPS. That's 954-493-8477. You can also submit an electronic web tip at www.browardcrimestoppers.org. And that reward of up to $267,000 is available to you tax-free.
Coming up, you'll learn about the May 6, 2011 murder of Elites Morin when we return with Crime Stoppers South Florida Case Files.
In 1975, the first Crime Stoppers organization was formed by a detective who believed media attention helped solve cases. Since then, thousands of Crime Stoppers organizations have been formed around the globe with the same mission: encouraging members of the public to stand up against crime. Every 14 minutes, Crime Stoppers help solve a crime somewhere in the world. Get involved. Contact your Crime Stoppers organization and learn how you can help. Leave a tip, crimestoppersone.com.
On the morning of May 6, 2011, 51-year-old Elites Morin was waiting for a bus on Northeast 2nd Avenue when he was killed. Here's the story.
My uncle is a very loving and caring uncle. He talks to me and my sister like it was our younger brother or a friend, a best friend.
I don't think I have expression into how much my cousin meant to me. And I don't know him well before he left to Haiti to come here. But when I came here, he's the one who support me.
I remember when I was little, I was in Haiti. He came from the United States. And when I saw him, this was the first time I met him because he left when I was a baby. And when I saw him, I was running because I was shy. I didn't know who he was. And then he called me and told me, you can come, it's your uncle, your brother, your dad, your friend. You can come over, you don't have to be shy. And then he makes me feel welcome like I've known him all my life. And when I come over, transition to here, it was the same thing. And it's just one of the best, not one of the best uncle that I have.
He's a great guy. He always tries to make a way to make you happy no matter what happened.
He always calling, checking on us and see how we were doing. Before he died, he was working at the Miami International Airport. But before that, he was a maintenance guy at an elementary school in Miami. And he paints. He's a painter. He used to work, as a painter, paints houses. which is how my house always get painted. Like if I need to change the paint or something, I would call him and he'll come. And then all day, like you'll be laughing the whole day that he's there. And my uncle was also a City of Miami police volunteer on his spare time to help them with things that they're doing on the streets. He got an award for helping them out, solving and volunteering his time to help them catch people on the street.
If I got somebody right now to tell about my cousin, I think everything I could say is a good guy, is a good person. He never did anything bad to nobody.
I got my little sister, and my dad really loved her so much. That's why he died today, because he tried to be a good worker for my sister.
Fire rescue is the address of the emergency.
Yes, there's a man been shot over here on Northeast 2nd Avenue, just around the corner from 79th Street.
You said someone was shot there?
Yes, someone was hit 3 times over here. He's on the floor now.
Is he awake right now?
The guy's dying. He's dying today.
I'm going to let you speak to rescue so they can send an ambulance, okay? We're sending the police as well. Stay on the line. Don't hang up.
On May 6, 2011, at 5:21 a.m. in the morning, City of Miami Police was summoned to the area of Northeast 2 and 79th Street in reference to shots fired. Subsequently, they found the victim near a bus bench between 79 and 78th Street on Northeast 2 Avenue. The victim, Elites Morin, was 51 years of age. On the morning in question, he was early in the morning heading to work, attempting to catch a Miami-Dade Transit bus en route to work when he encountered the offender. We believe the offender approached the victim, Elites Morin, while at the bus stop. Demands probably were made in which a firearm was produced. Unknown if it was an attempted robbery or if robbery was the motive. Shots were fired in which the victim, Elites Morin, was struck and killed. After the confrontation, the offender fled west and then east onto 78th Street, traveling from the crime scene.
I called my sister on my way to work and I was talking to her. And she said she didn't hear from my uncle because he normally called, like every morning he would call her to talk to her on his way to work. And I'm like, I don't know, but something's not right.
The police officer had called me. He said he want to talk to me. I'm like, you want to talk to me about what, sir? He said, I got to talk to you.
I called his son, my cousin, and I asked him what's going on. He said the police were looking for him. They told him to go to the Miami Police Department.
When they call me, they say, Elites is dead. I was shocked, and it's like, I don't know what to do at my job. It's not the person foolishness like to be involved with people and then to make that happen to him.
And I go up there, he explained to me what's going on with my dad. He went to work this morning. He was shot by somebody. And that was a big shock for me. That was a big shock for my family.
On May 6, 2011, at 5:21 hours, the victim was at the Miami-Dade Transit bus stop attempting to catch the bus to go to work, where the offender approaches him, produces a firearm, multiple shots ring out, striking the victim. Victim was subsequently found by our MARC units as well as our fire rescue. He was pronounced dead, and from the information that we received, the offender fled from the scene west and then east onto 78th Street. From eyewitness testimony, from the description that was given to us, we obtained surveillance video that matches the description from what the witnesses gave us while on scene.
It's our first glimpse of a young gunman calmly walking away from the scene of a crime.
We want to get this guy off the street to bring justice to the family, but as well to prevent this from happening to anybody else.
It's just moments after a murder. Police are seeking this young gunman wearing a gray hoodie. baggy shorts and high-top sneakers.
The sketches are renderings from the eyewitness that was nearby the scene, and the renderings show one with the hoodie and one without the hoodie, because we received information that the offender was last seen wearing the hoodie running from the scene.
We tell them to please go ahead and call and let us know what happened. If it was an accident or if it was whatever reason it was, we just want to know so we can bring some closure.
If anyone know some information, please, they could call us and let them know, because if that person keep running around on the street, we don't know how many people he could kill.
So if you see him and he know where he's at, please, I give a police a call. I don't want you to be snitch and say his name. Just tell the police, because I crying today. Tomorrow gonna be your turn, man. Do something about it, man. Take them in off the street, please. Please, do this for my family. Do this for me. Do this for my little sister. Do this for somebody else.
The offender was described as a black male, 5'5" to 5'7", 145 to 160. He was last seen wearing a gray hoodie pullover type sweatshirt, had knee-high dicky black pants or knee-high black shorts, along with high-top black sneakers. As the lead detective of this case, Detective John, I'm imploring the community to please step forward. I noticed somebody out there that knows what happened to the victim, Elites Morin. He leaves behind a family, a grown son and 11-year-old daughter. I know someone out there can give me that break that I need, that has information that I need, and I'm begging you to please give me a call. You can give me a call at the City of Miami Police Department at 305-603-6350, or you can call Crime Stoppers at 305-471-TIPS, where you will remain anonymous, and there's an award up to $1,000.
Welcome back to Crime Stoppers South Florida Case Files. I'm Dick Maston. It's been proven that programs such as ours solve crimes after several airings of a case. With that in mind, we'd like to quickly review a few cases we've featured on past episodes.
On May 15, 2009, at approximately 11 p.m., Keanthony Evans was ambushed and killed in front of 240 Northwest 21st Street. Mr. Evans was returning to his girlfriend's house, who lives on 22nd Street. Apparently something caught his attention. Somebody called him over.
Check it out.
There were a couple of vehicles there waiting for him. The encounter was friendly enough that he looked into the vehicle. Whoever was inside the car shot him in the face, point blank, with a .40 caliber. They shot him in the mouth area. He immediately dropped his bike, ran towards Northwest 2nd Avenue, south to 21st Street. Two vehicles followed him. He ended up in a building which is 240 Northwest 21st Street. He, in vain, attempted to enter some of the apartments. Nobody allowed him. At that same time, the two suspects who had followed exited their vehicles and began shooting the victim with 2 to 3 assault rifles. Both suspects opened fire through the gate. He immediately went down. One of them entered the atrium and finished Mr. Evans off with his .40 caliber. They both exited the atrium, entered the vehicle, and then fled westbound on 21st Street. What we're looking for are two black males, one short, heavy beard, the other is taller, also with a beard. The type of vehicles, we believe the first one to be a newer model Ford Edge, silver in color. The second vehicle was a smaller, dark-colored vehicle. What I'm asking is for anyone with information to please call my office at 305-603-6350. Ask for Detective T.C. Sapero or my partner, Detective Frankie Sanchez.
Now, if you have information on any of these unsolved cases, call Crime Stoppers at 305-471-TIPS. Crime Stoppers of Miami-Dade has one goal: to make the streets safer for law-abiding citizens by solving cases and capturing criminals. To learn more about your local Crime Stoppers, become a fan on Facebook or log on to crimestoppersmiami.com. Now, I'm Dick Maston. Be sure to join us next week for another episode of Crime Stoppers Case Files.